Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, I would like to discuss the uh, revelation of Ukraine biological military programs that the Russians claimed they uncovered through some special operation. I was reporting this in one of my videos dated March 6th, 2022. And I was mentioning that I was using actually a video by the Russia's defense ministry, who was reporting that the military biological program was under development in Ukraine, and through a special military operation, they discovered that, and facilities of chemical weapons were discovered, and they were funded by the Pentagon, by the United States government, actually. So I said, okay, maybe that's true, maybe that's not. This guy came in front of the cameras, he made his uh, claims, so we'll find out. Well, the thing is, yesterday, it was Victoria Newland, who is let me just get the title, so I don't make too many mistakes here. Um, Under Secretary of State Victoria Nuland, who came in front of a Senate committee. It was broadcast on C-SPAN. I got it from Glenn Greenwald. And she said that she admitted that Ukraine has biological research facilities funded by the US. So the Russians say something that's corroborated with what the Americans say. There's no denying that these guys, the Ukrainians, had that, and they tried to develop them, which I don't think it's illegal or anything. And then, but that's not the point of this video to say, okay, they had it, so what? Did they use it? No. Were they planning? I don't know. No evidence so far. But then we another article came today on Associated Press by Zeki Miller, March 9th, 2022, titled White House Warns Russia May Use Chemical Weapons in Ukraine. So this is called projection. So when you're guilty of something, you try to blame it on other people. You see that everywhere. So the, this remind why I don't believe the last article is because I don't have a short memory. I have a little bit longer than 3 minutes, and I remember the same American experts and intelligence community, and in this case, put here White House told us about the three more instances when other people had allegedly chemical weapons and they used them against people and so on. So the first one was Saddam Hussein, who allegedly had chemical weapons and he would use them and so on. He didn't have anything. A lot of people died because of that, but who cares, right? And if he had, which he had before, but he destroyed them, that's a fact. He had them from provided by United States and Great Britain to hit the Iranians in Iraq-Iran war. So then that was the first example, a lie. The second one and the third one, so the next two, are related to the same area, the same people, which is Syria, if you remember. Um, Supposedly, the Syrian army bombed on two occasions with chemical weapons, and that was disproven by United Nations research teams. That yes, some of them were real, but it wasn't proven that it was the Syrian army or it was a false flag operation and actors and other things. Just look into that. Um, so based on these three allegations, unproven lies, however you want to call them, I will not believe that the Russians are getting ready to do that. And if that happens, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be the same thing as Syria. You know, I do it, and then I say, "Hey, you did it." So why would, for instance, the Russians? Why should they do it? Because they're losing? Well, if they're losing, then why is Zelensky so upset with everybody else and saying that we're dying and we're gonna lose and come and help us? I uploaded a video regarding the paradox between these behaviors. Like, if I'm winning, I should be happy. If I'm losing, I should be sad. But I can't be, winning and be sad, or losing and be happy. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, the audience, they think they speak with 13-year-old lemmings. So we'll see what happens, because it's a pattern. If you look in Iraq, how they demonized Saddam Hussein, or I don't want to say that he was a clean guy, but they pushed it to extremes. They built, the support of the masses to support, the war and all that, even with outrageous lies and so on. But population followed, because, lemmings. So I'm just waiting for some things like this. And besides, I gotta ask you this: when we are shown, for instance, on a TV that the Russian bombed a kindergarten, how do you know it was the Russians if the Ukrainians are telling you? Well, do you know that in this kind of instances, your own army does certain things and then blames the other one? These guys are criminals, all of them. I'm not talking about that the Russians are saints or something. No, they will do it, and they will say, "Hey, see, the other ones did it." And how would you figure that it was not that? How did you figure it was not you? If you're the only one who will tell you that it was them. There's gonna be only one side, my side, telling the story. I'm gonna give you an example that I was a witness. I lived, not personally lived through it, but once I tell the story, you will understand. In 1989 in Romania, it was a military uh, coup d'etat. Let's put it this. They It was. I'm not gonna get into the politics, but I have an uncle who he used to be a military pilot, and he was a direct. He told this story, direct experience. I know other stories from other people. I was too young then, so I was just a teenager. But I heard these stories from people who were uh, immediate, experienced this firsthand. So, for instance, this uncle of mine, he was ordered to get out, take off with a helicopter, and go somewhere with a helicopter. And when he got over there, his own people were shooting at him. He didn't realize at that time who were those people, but then he realized it was his own military. So they were sent over there to be shot down, maybe. And then they say, "Hey, these were the terrorists. These were the forces that were still loyal to the dictator who was toppled then, Nicolae Ceausescu." So he could have been shot down and called a terrorist just because he was ordered to go over there, like he was a bait, shut down, and they say, "Hey, we shut down. See, they are Ceausescu's loyalists." The same here, and a lot of other things happen in Romania when you had they would shoot certain things, and they say, "Hey, those are the terrorists," but it was ordered by the Romanian military. They did it. So the same here. When you see, as I said, I'm not defending the Russians. They would do the same thing if they would be in a shitty situation. But I'm not discarding the possibility that the Ukrainians bombed and sent a rocket on a kindergarten, and then they say, "Hey, look, the Russians did it." How in the hell you know that? Because the Ukrainians are using Russian military, old Russian armament. I don't know. I don't think they use Western weapons yet. And how would you know it was that or the other one if I'm the only one reporting about the incident? So when you're gonna hear about the chemical weapons thrown somewhere and bombed and you immediately is gonna be only one possibility, which is the Russians did it. Think about this post, okay? And remember that this story was told many more times before this, and it worked. So it's gonna work this time as well. unfortunately. And people will die, lives will be destroyed, property, and future. In the name of what? Name of what? So, false flag operations all the time. And how do you know whoever hit it? Remember in Yugoslavia, the Americans bombed the Chinese embassy. Yeah, they did that, and they say, "Oh, we're sorry," and they say collateral damage. Really? And the Chinese could not do anything about it. It happened. They bombed the schools in Yugoslavia. Oh, my bad. The NATO said, made a mistake. I know they bombed some buses with children and hospitals. Okay, it happens. What do you want? Move on. Nothing to see here. So anyway, just think about when you're gonna hear about, and I'm waiting. The chemical weapons used. Definitely, it was the Russians. Okay, just think about it. Thank you very much for being with me, and stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you in a minute. Ciao.